from Denver, Colorado. You know, Denver is really famous for beer. It is home to more breweries. It's got a governor that's a former brewer, and it brews more beer than anywhere else in the entire country. So what else am I going to do when I'm in Denver? I'm going to go to a beer brewery and see what goes into making beer. Let's go for 49 before 50. Let's see what this one's all about. This gentleman is Casey, and he's the taproom manager at the Denver Beer Company. So can you explain a little bit about the beer making process?
Of course. It's pretty simple when you break it down, and especially at a scale that we're brewing at. We're brewing at a 7-barrel. Depending on the beer, fermentation can take a couple of days or a couple of weeks. 2 byproducts of fermentation are alcohol and carbon dioxide. So if there's no way to relieve the CO2 that's built up inside the tank, technically you can actually explode the vessel. It wouldn't be a gigantic Hollywood explosion, but it would be very expensive.
This fine gentleman is Rich Grant. And Rich has a blog, and he's a beer connoisseur with walkinganddrinkingbeer.com. So we've got several different beers here. And tell me a little bit about what beer is about.
Well, when you come to a brew pub, it's like going to a fresh bakery. These beers are only made here, they can only be here. So it's the difference between buying packaged bread on a shelf versus going into the best French bakery you can imagine and getting fresh pastries.
We constantly rotate batches. We don't really have mainstream beers or mainline beers.
When the barrel's gone, that beer will never be tasted again. They make it a special way. In a real brew pub like this one, you'll see they usually have a chalkboard and they'll have written down what are the beers they're specializing in. So you start with the lightest lagers and work your way up to stouts. And if you do it right, you have 7 or 8 of these things. You'll have a wonderful afternoon.
What makes beer good? What makes it different? What makes it flavorful? What varieties?
Everything. I'd say everything. For the few ingredients that go into it, especially what's emerging in our fair city at Denver, is there's a diversity of beer that's unseen in the rest of the country. We're nice enough to have a spice shop down the street, Savory, where we go down. We had a basil lavender saison not too long ago that was pretty different. And then we go as far as kaffir lime leaves from Thailand.
Well, I've never been a big beer drinker, but I'm about to go and enjoy some of this great handmade, homemade beer.